What's up, everybody? Welcome to a Wednesday morning edition of The Squeeze. I am your host, Tyler Conium. Off day yesterday, no betting on Tuesday, which felt like a good thing and the right thing to do, maybe a little bit. I mean, it's out of my control a little bit. It's based on my work schedule, but after seeing what happened with Damar Hamlin on Monday night, just wasn't really in the mood to bet, wasn't really in the mood to watch sports yesterday, so good off day there. I will say that whatever profits we make from the Squeeze today, those bets, that will be donated to Damar Hamlin's toy drive, so we're betting for him tonight. So hopefully we have another 3-0 night, because so far in 2023, we're 6-0 here. We're up 6.5 units. We hit that Vegas Knights plus 148 on Monday, which was nice. So hopefully you jumped on that, because I'd mentioned it was plus 48 at North Star. It was plus 30 a lot of other places. So we hit that, which was great. So 6-0, up 6.5 units so far. 3 bets today. We've got 1 in the NBA, 2 in the NHL. We'll start with the NBA, and we're going to start in Sacramento. It's the Atlanta Hawks in Sacramento to take on the Sacramento Kings. Kings did play last night. They had a 117-115 win at Utah. They're back at home now, but I still like them on the money line against the Atlanta Hawks. And we've got that for minus 115 at BetMGM. Hawks come into this game 17-20. Kings are 20-16 after last night's victory, 11-7 at home. The Hawks have not been great on the road, just 6-12. Hawks are currently riding a 4-game losing streak. The last time they played was 2 nights ago in a 143-141 overtime loss at Golden State. The Sacramento Kings have won 3 of their last 4, with their only loss coming at Memphis. So, the Hawks are only 5-22 ATS in their last 27 road games with a team with a winning record. And then when you look at Sacramento, they haven't been that great either, but they've been playing a lot of over games or scoring. They've got one of the best offenses in the league, number 2 overall, scoring 118 points per game. Defense has not been so great, but I still like that matchup there. Hawks are only 1-5 ATS the last 6 times they've played in Sacramento. No injuries to report whatsoever for the Kings, whereas the Hawks will be without Clint Capella. He is out with a calf injury, so I just like the Kings on the money line here. I just think they're a better basketball team. They are playing very, very well. When you look at the slate of games tonight, it's just one of the games that I like the best. I think that they can get the money line win against Atlanta, so we're going to take the money line there. Shifting to the National Hockey League, and here's my strategy with both of these. It's been very prosperous to bet against teams coming off or betting against teams on the second half of a back-to-back. It's I don't have the exact number, but teams, especially on the road, on the second half of a back-to-back are like 25% winning percentage on the season, so we're going to do that times 2. The first one I really like is the Tampa Bay Lightning at the Minnesota Wild. Tampa Bay beat Chicago last night 4-1, whereas Minnesota has not played since New Year's Eve. It was a 5-2 victory at St. Louis. So Minnesota's a very good hockey team this year. They're 21-13. They're 11-7 at home. Tampa Bay is 24-11, 9-7 away. Obviously, we know the Lightning are very good as well. But I got to take the Minnesota Wild at this one. The money line is minus 112. That's at North Star. Getting the Tampa Bay Lightning coming off the second half of a back-to-back. They're playing on the road. When you look at Tampa Bay's schedule, they've been on the road just for the one game at Chicago, and now they're on the road in Minnesota, and then they're heading to Winnipeg and then Columbus. So they're going to be on the road for a little while. I like them to sort of get caught in the middle there. Minnesota are 4-0 in their last 4 games versus a team with a winning percentage above 60%. When they play against each other, the Lightning are only 1-10 in their last 11 meetings in Minnesota, 1-6 in their last 7 meetings overall. The home team is 27-1 in their last 28 encounters. So I just like the Minnesota Wild. They have not played in 4 days. Now you might say, well, they could have a little bit of rust coming off New Year's. Maybe, but they're a good hockey team, and they're playing a Tampa Bay team that just played last night. So if both teams were fresh, maybe you have something there, but we're just going to roll with this and take Minnesota against Tampa Bay on the money line, and then we're going to do the same thing again when we're going to go to Anaheim and look at the Dallas Stars and the Anaheim Ducks, and I'm not going to take the money line on this one, but I am going to take the under. I don't think there's going to be a lot of goals in this game. The reason I'm not going money line is that, well, the Anaheim Ducks just aren't very good. They're 10-24 on this season. They're only 6-10 at home, and when you look at the Dallas Stars, who are 23-10 away from home, they're 12-6, and if I'm not mistaken, mistaken, I believe they've got they've got the fourth ranked offense in the NHL, scoring 3.6 goals per game. And then you look at Anaheim, they've got the worst offense in the NHL at only 2.2 goals per game. So instead of taking the Anaheim Ducks, I like for this game to go under. Maybe Dallas has some tired legs, and then you look at Anaheim, who just doesn't score all that much. The Stars are 6-1 in their last 7 when their opponent scores 2 goals or less in the previous game. I think that's probably going to happen again today. The under is 4-0-1 in the Stars' last 5 when the opponents have scored under 2 goals in their last game. Last 5 Wednesday games, Anaheim has gone under 5 times in a row. In their Ducks' last 6, it's been 5-1 to the under overall, and the under is 5-1 in their last 6 games playing on 1 day's rest. When you look at when these two teams play against each other, under 5-1 in their last 6 meetings, under is 6-2 in the last 8 meetings in Anaheim. Now the home team is also 36-16 in the last 52 meetings, which is crazy, dating back 10 years, which Anaheim is. So you could go with Anaheim here if you wanted to, but I'm just going to keep it safe and just go with 6, because if this is a 4-2 final, we do have push potential. I didn't want to go up to 6.5 just in case, so I like the idea of possibly pushing this game. So I like the under here at -105. Dallas with tired legs, Anaheim not a big scoring team. That is my thought process there. So just to run the card back, I like the Sacramento Kings on the money line, -115 at BetMGM. I like the Minnesota Wild to get the Tampa Bay Lightning on the second half of back-to-back, -112 at North Star Bets. And then Dallas, Anaheim to go under 6. That's -105 at Bet365. Feel free to drop a comment if you're fading or following. As always, you can follow me on Twitter at Tyler Conium for more picks and props throughout the day. Audio versions available on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Link is in the description. And again, any money we make off our bets today will go to Damar Hamlin's toy drive and hopefully pulls through. We get some more good news today. So let's just talk some sports and let's keep winning.